the Yeti Rambler half-gallon jug. Not quite as big as the full-gallon jug, obviously, but still pretty massive. Look at that thing. It's huge. It's hard to convey on film the actual size of this, so we'll do a little size comparison. Here's a 24-ounce made in the USA Tervis tumbler. A made in the USA quarter, still for the time being. And a made in the USA Glock 43 for size comparison. That's my main beef with the Yeti. I really wish they would make them in the USA, but whatever. Here it is next to a gallon of milk. You got that double wall insulation there, so that's why it's only a half gallon. You got to keep it cold with the old double wall insulation. Great products though. I have the large full gallon version of this, which I intend to keep. And this half gallon version, I'm just testing it out, and I'm going to give as a gift to a friend or family or whatever, right? So you got the mag cap dock up here, which is awesome. Very magnetic and sturdy. It's not going anywhere. When you're drinking, when you're done, screw it back on. All good. So what do we got here? Giant Thirst Slayer. Holds a lot of electrolytes. 3 days of insomnia for coffee. 5 bowls of clam chowder. Cherry limeades. This is good for hot or cold food. You put a lot of soup or food or SpaghettiOs, raviolis, whatever you want to put in here. It'll keep it hot or cold. Me, I'll do like tea, iced coffee, ice water, stuff like that. And my bigger one, I'll take it to the gym on the work sites and stuff like that. Keeps it ice cold all day. I drink all the liquid. At the end of the day, shoot, even 2 or 3 days later, it's still cold. That ice is still good in there. As long as you keep the cap on and keep this secure, you're good to go. Double wall insulation, stainless steel, no sweat design. You got the old magnetic mag cap. Now you have this sturdy rubberized type handle on here. Very beefy handle. Open this guy up. Look at that huge area for all your stuff. You know, you got the stickers and the product information for other stuff in here, but pretty cool. Very beefy, great design. I love the full gallon version. I'm sure I'll love this just as much, just at a smaller capacity, which is fine. You know, if you're just putting coffee or tea or something in here, you know, soda, you're not wanting to drink full gallons, which is fine. But definitely works. Love them. So I'm going to fill this one up with ice and whatever liquid and take it with me for a couple days, try it out, give it the run around on the job sites and outdoors, and I'll let you know how I like it. It is possible to dent this thing. Remember, it's double-walled metal with a air bubble between it. So it is possible to dent. Small little dents like this are no big deal. They build character. Gives it a little used look like you actually work for a living, right? So no big deal. It's still going to keep food cold or hot, and it'll still do its job. Here's my ice at the end of the day. Still there, no problems. Water's still good. You can leave this in here for, you know, at least 2 or 3 days as far as I know. Probably more depending on how much ice you have, but I've had it in here for 2 or 3 days, forgot about it. Open it up, you still have plenty of ice. No problem keeping it cold, and no problem keeping it hot, though it will keep heat for less time because heat escapes a lot easier than cold. Now eventually you may have to replace your cap. This little gasket up here. You also have a gasket in your cap. So don't over tighten this thing and tear up your gasket as you can with any kind of watertight gasket. Go easy on it on the twisting. Same with your cap right here. I don't know if this cap is floatable. I wouldn't think so because of the heavy magnet in there, and it feels pretty beefy. So I would think that if this thing falls in the water somewhere, it's probably going to sink, and be prepared to replace it. But honestly, I haven't had any issues with it. You put it on here, it's not going anywhere with that magnet unless you get into like a massive wreck or something like that. Then I'm sure you have bigger problems to worry about, right? I don't know how long this rubber handle will last, but I would think you could take off these screws and slide a new one off. But honestly, it may just be cheaper and more economical to buy a whole new top piece. I'm sure they sell all this stuff separately. I don't know what the price is, if they even are doing it yet, but I'm sure they will. I'm sure enough people will lose these in lakes and whatnot, right? But great Yeti. Still prefer the gallon version over the half-gallon version, but I think this one is better for food and smaller items, portability, stuff like that. Pretty cool. Final thoughts on the Yeti half-gallon. So at $100, you get a half-gallon Yeti. For $130 or so, you can get the full gallon. So honestly, too long don't read. I recommend the full gallon version. For a little bit more money, you get a lot more bang for your buck. You get twice the size. Still a great Yeti, but until the price comes down, I have to recommend the 1 gallon version over this. Great Yeti, everything works the same unless you absolutely want portability. I would recommend the bigger version.